And we are live everywhere, worldwide. We're going to be on BeaconTV. Well, we're on BeaconTV right now. We're on Facebook and YouTube, guys. Thank you for joining. What's up, everyone? My name is Michael Cook, one of the co-founders of BeaconTV. Got my Beacon t-shirt, but I'm hiding the guys in the background. They're waiting to come out and say hi. And for those of you guys in the comments, share, let everybody know we're live. We're going to be answering a lot of questions, talking to Mike Castro. He's got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Josh has got some cool stuff. I may have some cool stuff. Who knows? You know I love to bring cool stuff to the table. But without further ado, let's bring in all of today's guests. Whoosh. What's up, guys?
What's happening?
Well, look what we have here. What's up, y'all?
Oh, man, it's exciting. It's exciting. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Definitely. Castro's here. Castro, say hi.
I am.
There he is.
I am.
That is.
I got your lovely picture in the background. How's it been, man?
It's been good.
It's
been good, you know.
I haven't seen that face in a while.
I know, right?
Shane, clean shaven. Shane is actually on the road today, so he can't join in, but I do expect to see him in the comments saying some stuff. Josh, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, dude. Doing good. Staying busy.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, Monday was a killer. So.
Yo, Monday Cook calls me, right? And like he calls me and it's always out of the blue. But this time he was like out of breath when he called me. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh man, I need a favor.
Oh my God.
I always love those calls.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's all the only calls we give. I need a favor.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was
does.
doing. I just got done with there was a hockey game over the weekend that I worked, and 5,000 people filled the arena. It was insane.
Ooh,
Holy
nice.
smokes, dude.
Hockey's a big deal up here, you know. The leaves have fallen, and Fairbanks, which is about 6 hours north of me, has already gotten snow. So I'd expect some snow in the next week or two, which is funny because that is when I'm leaving for the soiree. So I won't get to see the first snow.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Natural soiree.
You know, I always tell people that, when they ask when it snows, I always tell them usually when Fairbanks gets snow, and they're about 350 miles away, about a 5.5 hour drive away. And once they get it, right around the 2 week mark, we'll get it because that's when all that cloud in front all moved down. And so I'm expecting some snow in the next 2 weeks because I started my car at 29 degrees this morning. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Little nippy. But
Yeah, hard pass.
Uh-oh, somebody's got their you better mute that.
I had to check to make sure that there was Shane said that the sound was staticky, but it doesn't sound staticky on my phone.
Oh, it doesn't? Because it kind of sounds staticky in my ear, and I don't know if it's a connection or whatnot. I got a lot of wires laying on this table. You don't want to see this mess. I don't know. Oh, dude, live. Look at this. I'll show you my backyard. Look at this.
Is there a moose?
What is that? I can't see anything.
Yeah, he picked up the camera that he's not using.
Sorry. That was a live shot. There were 2 moose that just ran in my backyard. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
There was
sorry.
moose.
Well, we completely missed it.
No, everyone on the stream saw it, though.
Oh, I see.
What I do for my fans, you know? What I do for the peoples.
We'll just sit in here in this box.
You'll just have to go back and watch it again.
We're just gonna have to guess.
So pretty exciting things happening, guys. I wanted to bring on Castro here and we'll talk about what's going on because we're getting really, really, really close to the soiree, and the soiree is going to be a pretty big deal.
Yes.
I mean, you're almost. I mean, Patty Negri's already sold out, right?
Completely sold out. He said it might be my mic that's messed up.
It's always your mic.
It's always mine. Yeah, it's there has to be 3 mics. 4 mics now. It's bad, you know, one of the mics
Yeah.
is messed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're about a week and a half out, and we're super excited. We've got basically all the production materials done for it. We're actually going to be at the ship tomorrow getting some last minute measurements and such.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. And this is like the most unflattering angle of Cook, by the way.
Cook is.
Yeah. I don't know if you
technical
guys can see that.
technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
He was like, yeah, it was great.
I tried to.
No, we got basically all the production materials done. We have more special guests to announce, and I mean, just recently last night we added Uncle Creepy.
I saw that.
If you guys don't know who Uncle Creepy is, he was a producer on the first Terrifier film too. I don't know if you guys know that.
I think the second Terrifier.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane and I got to hang out with him when we were filming Darkness in Suburbia last year sometime.
Yeah.
Cool dude. He's cool
Yeah,
dude.
I did an investigation with him at Birdsboro Mansion in Pennsylvania with Paranormal Reality TV. So I got to meet him briefly then.
That's
it
awesome.
just happened to be a coincidence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you should have, how come nobody invited Uncle Creepy?" I was like, "What are you talking about? Who's that?" And that's not what I knew him as,
Right. Right.
And yeah, so I got to talking with him last night. We're gonna meet up this weekend, but real cool dude, super cool. He's bringing his wife Danielle, who's a empath. Yeah, she's
That's
an
right.
empath.
That's right. She came and was on set too.
Right. Yeah, she's cool too. So and we have a couple more also that we're gonna announce, but
Oh,
but yeah, all in all, man, it's shaping up. I think as any event host or producer, you kind of have that moment of doubt, right? Like a month away.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like, how the fuck are we gonna pull this off, right? But watching all the pieces kind of like fall into place for us. Tickets are selling quick. I mean, this economy, right? And a lot of events have been hit, man. Like
this year in general has been rough, just all around.
I mean,
we've seen it at every single convention, every single event. We've seen it.
I don't know. I think people are dying for a good Halloween party.
That's true.
It's been a minute since there's been a really good Halloween party.
I do think that's what kind of separates this one from the other events and conventions we've done this year, is that this is more of a party than it is anything else, and we'll all just be hanging out and having a good time.
I mean, I've never been on a battleship before partying, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so this one, right, I mean, all the conventions and the Paracons that we've gone to, they have this after party, right? Basically, and everyone shows up at the after party. They're all beat from the day,
Right.
This is just the after party without the Paracon, and
sometimes that's what you need, though, right? I mean, that's
sure,
exactly
man.
what you need.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just a great time to unwind and just hang, man. Great networking opportunity also, man, to meet some really cool people.
Right.
Hang out. We got vendors that are going to be there, so giving people some opportunity to sell their stuff. And just create like this really cool opportunity for a bunch of people.
Look at Cook.
Oh, you didn't hear me. I muted myself.
We hear all your stuff.
Well, it's crazy. I stream for a living, before I even did this whole Beacon thing. I stream hockey games. I stream the Scottish games. I do a lot of stuff. And so you guys are actually seeing the behind the scenes technical aspect of it, because most of the time I'm pushing the buttons. I'm not the one in front of the camera. So, you've got cables going here to this, to that, converting to this and that's, and all kinds of stuff. So, which brings me to my point. I will be the one streaming live from the soiree.
That's right.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be a blast.
I can't wait to say that I streamed from a battleship. I mean, this whole battleship idea is what's really getting me. That's what's getting me, is the battleship. I think the location's perfect, which means, Castro, next year you're going to have a hard time going above that bar. I mean,
that is true.
Yeah, we're already in talks on raising the bar for next
Oh.
year. So,
Good.
Oh,
it's
man.
gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope next year. This year, obviously, right? I'm looking at it as a business, and if anybody knows me out
Right.
there, you guys know that I'm a businessman. I do I do a lot of stuff, and I got my hands in a lot of things. Uh, and any business starting off, right? The first year is just kind of testing the waters. It may be a loss, it may be a small gain, right? But you don't expect it to be a gain
Yeah,
in the
100%.
first year, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Never is. Never is.
right, almost never is. I think I've had one business that had first year gains, right? And
Right.
that was because it was just prime time,
Yeah.
and it happened for me. But this one for us, the first year, I think coming out of it, not owing money at the end of it is a plus for us. It's honestly, it is going to be a gain, right, for us. At the end of the soiree. So, uh, I think overall we have the right formula, and I think next year just kind of raising the bar a little bit as far as that goes, and
Yeah, for sure.
of course the people that are going to be there, we have like 26 VIPs that are going to be there. They're just
Yeah,
roaming
that's
the
awesome.
ship, man. Yeah, roaming the ship, and Beacon obviously doing the
Yeah.
live stream and being able to announce, and definitely putting you guys on the spot for 10
Yeah,
15
no, for sure.
talk about it for sure.
So whose idea was it originally to do this? Like, who said?
Oh, it was 100% my idea.
Okay.
Nobody else is getting the credit for it. No, I'm just kidding. It was actually kind of
I mean,
it was
yeah.
it all kind of happened as I think it should have, right? So Rob and I went to the ship for just this kind of like investigation thing, and if anyone's been on investigations with me, I kind of do my own thing. And like we ended up getting lost on the battleship, right? Rob and I, like down in the missile turret, the where they load the ammo and stuff like that. And Rob and I got to talking while we were lost. And when you get into that desperate situation, you don't know if you're gonna make it out alive. You just start, just talking about stuff.
Right.
Right? It's kind of what happened. And we're like, man, it would be great, like a Halloween party. And really right around the same time, April had been mentioning, would be great just having like a really cool party, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A Halloween party, or just a party in general. And so the idea just kind of happened together. It was definitely a group effort. Um, you know, the the battleship just kind of fell in our lap. So the guy Jack that kind of runs the events, he was like, "Hey, we want you guys to do an event here. Here's the date." We didn't get to pick the date. It wasn't like he had like 5 prospective dates for us,
Dang.
right? It was
Right.
like, "This is the date. I'm putting you in." And we're like, "Well, we don't know, right? There's a lot going on around that time.
Right.
We don't want to step on any toes." But he's like, "No, that's your day." And we're like, "Fuck it." You know,
Yeah.
that's the day.
Well, I got my tickets last night, and so yeah, can I get a ride from the airport? I won't tell
When
you
are
what
you
time.
coming in?
Right
Yeah,
around.
just let me know what time you're coming in.
Right around 5:30 in the morning.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Castro will be up. It's fine.
Of course. You know what? It's funny. April wakes me up at 3 a.m. She gets up
Jeez.
and she makes
Jeez.
a cappuccino, and that's when she has her like lightning bolt,
Yeah, yeah.
ideas. And it's
Yeah.
at 3 in the morning, and I get the message. And my wife,
I try to leave you alone after a certain time, my time, but yeah, I was looking
I
for
don't ever sleep.
I was looking for tickets, and I either leave super early and get there super late, or or no, I leave super early and get there super late, or I leave super late, get there early, because it's a
Mhm.
total
Yeah.
of, I think the thing said it was like 10 and a half hours flight from here.
Yeah.
So I
Is
leave.
it
were-
nonstop? Is it nonstop?
No, I got to go to Chicago for an hour layover.
Dude,
so.
that'd be a ridiculous flight.
Yeah.
Nonstop. Holy
Well,
smokes.
yeah, I think to Chicago it's 6 hours, 6 hour flight, and then however many from Chicago over to Philly it is. But
Yeah, a couple hours.
yeah, I mean, it's not cheap to leave, which is funny because that's why when I was filming my show, they said, why are you paranormal investigation? And I said, because this is expensive. I need someone to pay for it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, plane tickets are not cheap. No, I was,
Yeah,
joking aside. But,
definitely not.
you guys just had your recent release of your anniversary magazine. How's that going? I haven't even
Oh, no,
seen it yet.
Yeah,
So-
man. So that actually, so our issue 2 sold out like right off the rip. Right?
Really?
Right.
Yeah, within the first 24 hours. In 22 hours, it was done. It was sold out. And
That's
then we were
awesome.
like, we have to order more. And
Right.
we're like, and then you're like, well, if we order more, are we gonna sell these? Like, are we gonna be
Right.
sitting? Issue 1 was good for us. We sold a bunch at first, but then we were sitting on them for like 6 months.
I mean,
right?
that's what happens when you're the first magazine, right? It's not going to.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
right? Because we're new, nobody knows who we are,
Yeah.
right? But issue 2 was we ordered the second time, and then within 48 hours, that had sold out again.
That's insane.
So yeah, and so we're like, yeah, we're not ordering any more of those, right? Because for me, and you guys know, you guys work with me, I'm a perfectionist,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
the first 2 issues were like saddle stitch.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go with a perfect binding for the next, moving forward. And so I didn't want to order it again through the same manufacturer or production house that we were doing the saddle stitch with. So we ended up, for our issue 3, ended up going with the perfect binding, which happened to be perfect because that was the issue where we spoke with Josh and Shane.
Ah.
We covered Penhurst.
Yeah.
right?
Well, speaking of
So this-
Shane, I just got this photo of him, and I know he's in the comments. What is going on there? You guys probably can't see it. It's Shane with a cowboy hat holding a flask. So
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
I'd just pop that
I
up
saw
there
that
to see.
I
Because
saw
he was
that.
up in the Wild West.
Why- him in a cowboy hat.
Hey,
Just-
man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Right? Where's he at? He's in Nevada?
Yeah. He was up in Virginia City.
Okay. Oh, nice.
He's up there
nice.
hanging out with he was hanging out with Brian and Rochelle, which, by the way, for
Yeah.
those of you wondering, they're going to get ready and start that filming soon. They've been posting that they're getting pretty excited on that one. That one's going to be good. But I'm sorry, I
Yep.
didn't mean to interrupt. I just heard Shane and I threw that up there because I was hoping
Oh,
Shane
yeah,
would be
no.
on so I can mess with him, but I just still posted it.
Yeah, no worries. So what we did was we ordered so many of issue 3, right? We ordered a ton of issue 3. And because we got it just at a great price at the time.
Right.
I'm still sitting on some issue 3.
Yeah.
We ordered issue 4 for Gettysburg. And
Yep.
that I think we've only got like 50 issues of that one left.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Yeah, we ordered about 1,000 of those. So we've been selling, good numbers of that. And then issue 5 we ordered 1,000 of, and we've only got like 100 and some left.
Well,
That's
let me ask you this:
Yeah.
out of that anniversary issue, how many of the guests that are featured in that issue are going to be at the soiree?
Pretty much. So all of Nesper,
Yeah.
Mary Jo will be there.
Yep.
April and I obviously
yep.
will be there. All of
Myself.
Beacon will be there. Yeah.
Yep. So I would
Shane,
say there's probably about 7 or 8 people in the magazine that are going to be there.
Yeah, and we're working on flying MD out also.
Yeah.
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 That'd be cool.
Well, what I was thinking was, you get one magazine. Can you get a copy, or do you not have any more?
do you want me to grab one real quick?
Well, I'm saying bring it to the soiree, and everyone
yeah.
that's in the
We-
magazine will sign that
Sign it.
magazine, and then we'll just have
That's
one with everybody's
You guys could,
signature, and you guys can auction it off.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
yeah, no, that would be great. It'd be like the
Like
one ring,
one of one. Like
Yeah.
you can't get it
one,
anywhere
one
else.
magazine to rule them all. Yeah,
One of one.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think pretty much. I think maybe everybody except for the Radicals might be there,
That'd be pretty cool.
and Jeff Conkle. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with Jeff these days?
Jeff, oh no, man, he's doing great, dude. He's such a humble guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's such a humble guy, and it was so funny because he reached out to April. Was like, "Is it okay if I get a copy of the mag?" Of course. Right?
Yeah, she
You
was
know,
telling
like,
me that yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, super cool guy. His article was great. She did a good job. She actually wrote that one.
Oh, sweet.
So
That's
if there's
awesome.
any misspellings, that's all her fault. I can tell you. Oh, I can tell you this. So there, in each one of the issues, in every single issue of Ghosted, there's one misspelling.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
Mandy,
you
we
can-
got him.
Yeah, got him, Andy.
man. Oh, it's
Um,
like a Where's Waldo? I'll start reading it just so I can find it.
It's absolutely a Where's Waldo. There's one in issue 3, 4, and 5.
Oh,
Listen, we're a 2-person show, right?
Yeah,
It's
right.
me and April. That we don't have. I use Grammarly for
Yeah.
punctuation and stuff.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, and that's what I use, right? And so if Grammarly don't catch it, Danger ain't catching it, right?
Uh-oh.
That's it. I'm gonna have to send them all to Mandy, and she's
Yeah.
gonna have to proofread all of them. All those probably gonna come back with a bunch of red marks all over it.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
She was the one that you tell her to make like a 500 word essay, and it will be 2,000 words, and it's like, bruh.
There you go. Absolutely, absolutely.
man, oh man.
So you listen. I think we're gonna have issue 5 on the ship, guys. So if you,
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Beautiful.
yeah, if you guys want to pick one up at the merch table, I'm sure all the guys will sign it.
I can't
And-
wait to
and-
see what you wrote about me.
And what's best is no one's gonna charge you to sign this fucking mag, right? Like you just
right,
fucking walk up
exactly.
to people and get the hang out, grab a picture,
Yeah, for sure.
obviously don't hold on to Cook too long, right? He might
It might bite
better in
you.
a moment, But
Bear hugs.
yeah, no, I think that's what separates this from everything too, right?
Yeah.
It's just a really cool time to hang out, just have a good time, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you could walk off the ship with $500, by the
What?
way, right?
What?
There's
Wow.
a costume contest. Okay, best costume gets $500, courtesy of Danger Designs.
Uh-oh, Galliano.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
look.
Galliano's
Let
probably
me
gonna
see.
win
Let me
this
see if
one.
I can look at the comments here because I've got this little dashboard so I can see comments and whatnot.
Galliano, you have to wear clothes.
Yes, clothes are mandatory.
Clothes are mandatory.
So Shane did post. He said, "Oh, stop." He didn't like that picture I posted.
Stop it.
Oh, stop it. I'm sure there will be goat suit selfies on his camera, of course. For going, that's James Cummings said that. Let's see.
Shane should wear his hat and ride Michael Galliano wearing the goat suit.
Oh yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
That's awesome.
He said, "Never mind." He said, "I'm in it to win it. Never mind."
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about dressing up. I don't know what I would do. So, maybe Shane can go as like the peanut butter, and you can go as the jelly. I don't know. What, Josh? No, not funny.
No,
Oh,
no.
dang.
I don't think I'm gonna dress up.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was
Yeah,
thinking
so
like a
I'm not-
Beetlejuice costume. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm not dressing up. I know Rob and Sarah and April are probably dressing up. I got to stay limber, right? Because I got to be prepared to roundhouse people,
That's right.
and you just can't work. I just can't roundhouse people, and in a costume.
Oh, dude, you're gonna have to come get me before you do that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
need someone to hold you back. No.
After
You roundhouse, that way you don't continue.
Yeah. It's just gonna be organic, right? We're just gonna
Make sure you
organic
do it
shit.
like off the ship. I want to see some airtime.
Okay, that's a far drop, dude, to the Delaware, right? On both sides, like it's the Delaware on both sides of the ship,
Jeez.
like this little walkway that takes you over to the pier, right?
I can film it in slow motion for you though. And
Oh, and play it back.
it'll
Oh, it
look
would be
epic.
great. Yeah, it would be great. Yeah, no, it's gonna be really cool, man. I got a bunch of Camden County and Atlantic County and New Jersey State Troopers, right?
What?
Yeah.
Sheriffs and troopers that are gonna be there.
Are you
I even got some corrections officers. that
Okay,
are
let
gonna
me.
be there.
What's the limit here? What's the max limit
Good,
here?
because Cook needs some
1200.
correcting.
1,200. Man.
Made him lose his train of thought.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
He just.
I don't need correcting. I will tell you a funny story. I will tell you a funny story about cops. So this actually happened to me, and I will tell you that karma hit me so hard, so fast. So again, I told you guys earlier that I do streaming as part of some other work that I do here in Alaska, and I was streaming a hockey game, and a mic went out, so I was running down to the stands to go get where this mixer was, and there was 2 cops up against the wall, and I'm a friendly guy, I love it, we're always having fun. The guy that ran past the 2 cops are smiling at me, grabbed the mic, run past them, and as I'm running, they're kind of like doing one of these where they follow me, and I was like, I know how you guys feel right now, and then as soon as I said it, wow, I slipped and I hit my freaking knee on the ground, and I kind of looked back and I was like, okay, I'm sorry. So it hurt. It hurt so bad. So I wasn't making fun of the cops. I was just saying I know how they feel when they're chasing criminals. But I guess Karma didn't like that joke, so I slipped and fell on the ground, and I was doing the whole.
The Peter Griffin. You were doing the Peter
Griffin. That's awesome.
In other news, let's talk about some stuff that's going to be coming to Beacon because everybody wants to know, and let's see what we can tell you guys. First of all, the Roku just hit, and we are hearing phenomenal stuff coming from the Roku. I tell you guys what, if you have it on your phone or if you're using a device, it looks so much better when you're watching it on TV. So
yeah, it's so much better.
So much
better. The TV apps are so good.
Yeah. It just, I don't know what it is, but when you watch it on a TV, you're watching the same show that you watch on your mobile device. I don't know, it just looks better.
Not to mention, it is just kind of weird in general, right? Us seeing all of this stuff finally coming out.
Yeah, coming to fruition. Yeah, you can get on Roku devices. You could download it. Is it Beacon TV or Beacon Space TV?
It's BeaconTV.
Okay.
It's one word.
You guys, for those watching, you got to understand when it comes to searches like that, like spaces and capital letters these days matter. You'll get
we're going to be working on that in the future too, for to kind of optimize the app searches for you. But yeah, as of right now, since it's such a new app, definitely BeaconTV, one word.
Yep. There's going to be some cool stuff coming from that. Jen Zambo says, can't wait for Shane, Cindy, and Dave to start filming again together. I know. We can't wait either. We can't wait either.
Yeah, we've been talking back and forth, looking at schedules and everything the last couple of days. We've got a phone call with what was the showrunner of the Holzer Files, Rob Zaffe. He's going to be working with us on that project, which is awesome, right?
Explain to those who don't know the significance of having a showrunner.
So
what's the significance?
To be honest, most times when we film projects, we try and keep a small crew, but for this, we did want to go out and reach out to the showrunner of the Holzer Files, right? Because we wanted. It is kind of, he becomes the brains of the operation, right? Visually, he's the one that puts it all together and makes it, what you're used to seeing on the Holzer Files. We kind of wanted to kind of bring that imagery over to this new series, right? And what better way to do it with Rob? Rob has a stellar resume. He's worked on Portals to Hell. He's worked with Ghost Adventures way back in the day. He's worked Dead Files. Mysteries at the Asylum. I think he's doing some true crime project currently right now. So anyway, he is he's definitely one of the guys you want to have on your team, right? And
I mean, basically, that just means that they're going to get everything that they got with Holzer Files, except something a little bit more different, right? Same.
So what you're going to see is obviously there's going to be a few nuanced differences here, but I think you're going to really be able to feel the passion behind it that, when you were watching the Holzer Files, what you saw there too. So we are excited for that. We've been talking back and forth with him. Yeah. We got a couple of other interesting projects that may be coming down the pipeline from Cindy Kays herself. So,
well, let's talk about, Small Town Secrets, because not all paranormal,
right? No, so that'll be our first true crime Beacon original, right? Small Town Secrets features Shane and I, of course, and then our great friend Kinga Phillips. If you don't know who Kinga Phillips is, if you
go watch Shark Week, I think, right?
Yeah, watch every Shark Week ever, and you'll see her. Yeah. She is a world traveler. She's been a journalist. She's been a private investigator. She has helped with missing persons cases all around the world. So we felt like when we were casting that show, and we, sat down and interviewed her, it's weird, dude. It's like she was just from like a team aspect. It just fit like a glove, really. So we're excited to be able to go back and do that. I can tell you, the first season is going to take place in Georgia, and so we're going to be doing a case a season.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, Jen Zambo
think is
again
different.
says, she says on Facebook, she says, I can't wait to for your story, Josh, on Small Town Secrets. So-
Yeah. So my story is going to kind of be kind of like a longer arc that's going to go over all the series, but
it's deep.
apart from that, we will be covering a single cold case a season. Yeah, the first one is a doozy. So
Mike Galliano says, who's helping me film the live action Where's Waldo horror movie? I don't know how it would be horror, but that's actually
Castro's like me. Sign me up.
We have to call it Where's Wardo though.
Wardo.
Ooh.
Where's Wardo?
Where's Eduardo?
Where's Eduardo? Yeah.
I mean, that would be a cool movie, like he's hiding and you plain sight and you can't see him, and then by the time you find him, you're dead, right?
No,
I mean-
it has to be an Asian Waldo. That's why it's Wardo.
Wardo. Where's Wardo? Oh my God.
Oh, fans are getting like a first time look at the brains of our, how we brainstorm all these ideas, So, I mean, it's literally what we do is sit down and go, what if, Mark Terry says, Josh Squatch.
Josh Squatch.
Josh,
That's a buddy of mine. Sneaky Bandit Squad right there. So that's our he's part of a group that's really grown for we all started out kind of playing Call of Duty, and
nice.
Every once in a while Josh does get some time and Josh will sit down and play a little COD. A little COD. But yeah, so we've actually Ricky Hellier. Ricky is. I'm trying to mix his name with the show Hellier.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched it, it's on Prime. The new
Yeah.
Kirks, did it.
But
anyway, yeah, that group has really grown into a bunch of really great friends. We talk every day, so.
You ever been
funny how those things
squatching?
happen.
You ever been squatching?
Oh
Any of you
yeah,
guys?
yeah, absolutely. I've been squatching once, man. So I do have two stories to that. I used to be sponsored by FLIR Thermal Energy Imaging.
Yeah, they're
So
really good.
Yeah, so they would send me out a FLIR to use for these different things, and we actually did catch something while squatch hunting, if you will, on the thermal, and it was so credible that Finding Bigfoot wanted to use it at one point, and we didn't let them use it, obviously. But anyway, and then I had something else that was kind of really weird in that experience. I had a lot of glowing orbs that were all over the ground, and at the time, I don't know how I justified it. I thought they were some sort of worm or something that was just in the ground, and now I'm realizing that was the dumbest thing for me to think.
I mean, speaking of,
that's not a real thing. So
I mean,
I don't know what that was.
Speaking of squatching, though, there's an episode where Pair with the Normal goes and looks for it. And I can't wait for that episode.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Oh man.
It is. I'm gonna tell you right now. You guys better pee before you watch it, because it's gonna get you. It is gonna get
probably
you.
going to be one of the best episodes. But with that, guys, just while we're on that subject, is the next episode is very close to being done. So you guys just wait.
Yeah. So we have 3 that are really close to being done right now, and our goal is to kind of have that done. Start airing those again this month. So
yeah. Let's talk a few surprises. I don't even know if Castro knows this.
I think he knows a little bit, but he'll get this will be his first glance at some of the content.
Yeah. I wasn't able to pull anything, but guys, one of the biggest things that we've been working on behind the scenes is bringing content. We know you guys want shows. I've read comments where people said they binged the whole thing in a day. We are thinking about you guys, and we have teamed up with a distributor company, and we've got a plethora We've got over 50 plus hours of just movies, tons, true crime, horror. Like, I would say after Halloween, you guys are going to be inundated with like what to watch. You won't even know what hit you. It's so that's one of the biggest things we got coming is that library that you guys see on Beacon is about to expand like 3 or 4 fold. So
it's gonna grow in a huge way.
Yeah. Deborah Covey says, "Hey guys, hey," and then Annie Walters and Jamie Lynn Keller are fighting for T-shirts. So
for Beacon T-shirts,
for
yes.
Beacon.
So that's something that we definitely need to talk. He said no. I get asked probably every day about Beacon T-shirts right now. So
yeah, we'll make it a surprise and then
So for everybody to kind of make the official response to that is that we currently do not have Beacon merchandise currently.
I mean, we've been focusing on the content,
for good reason, right? We've been holding off on it.
I think
we've been holding off. That was a choice.
Josh, I think we should get some shirts for the soiree, and I might have access to a T-shirt cannon, and then we just like blast
good luck
people.
Getting that through customs.
Yeah.
Hey, it's my check bags.
Yeah, that's it. Fuck it.
Yeah. So there's that. There's actually like 2 movies that we got coming to the network that like I think I picked out just because I want to watch them. I'm like, I want that one.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to watch
so let's talk about that for a minute there, Cook. So like all these films, so we're thankful to be able to work with a couple of really cool people that are going out and they're kind of securing different licenses. They're not actually a distribution company, but more of a they know all in the industry and they can go find pretty much whatever we want.
Yeah.
And so what they did is kind of take a look at our original content, take a look at the platform and then came up with a list that they thought was, at least a good starting point. We literally went through every single one and we handpicked starter titles out of that whole catalog.
There's a movie particular. Did we get Karma?
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Go back and look. I think we got one called Manson.
Yeah, we got one. Yeah, about Charles Manson.
Charles Manson,
for sure. We have one called Dark Tourist.
Okay, guys, you guys got to understand. For those of you who are the Walking Dead fans, it's got
Abraham
in it. This was I think this was filmed before Walking Dead?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So Abraham is the main star. It's a movie called Dark Tourist. I think it's a true crime, though.
It is. So if you guys don't know what dark tourism is, it's kind of like a hobby of people to where they go and they explore the scenes of these like famous crimes or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's actually a thing. So
something Castro does in his free time.
All day.
All day.
You just went ghost hunting, spirit, whatever you call it.
Yeah. What day are you coming in, Cook?
I will be coming in I leave the night of the 23rd and I come in the morning of the 24th. So
okay,
I'll be
like a couple days before the swap.
Yeah. So I'll be there 24th, 25th. We're gonna film some speakeasy episodes. Maybe do a location, grab some footage. I mean, every time I leave Alaska, I try to do everything I can to do as much as I can because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be there. I can't just hop in a vehicle like you guys and just go to some crazy new place. So hopefully, if you're not too busy, we can do some stuff.
I've got 2 locations. Yeah, I got 2 locations. It's just gonna have to be like I got a toddler. I got
I got you.
During the day.
I mean,
so after after 7 p.m. I'm all yours, buddy.
Yeah.
I want to respond to a comment from Cynthia that says, "How feasible is it to get some UK paranormal content?" It is very feasible, Cynthia, as we are not just looking at US made stuff, but we're looking for UK, we're looking for Canada, Australia. Those are we're looking at our demographics currently and looking at the most popular territories on our app right now. And we're trying to curate content based on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go to the UK. I'm kind of jealous because Shane went. Like,
Yeah. So
It's
to that
crazy.
point, we are filming a Beacon original in the UK in 2025 as well. So
Yep. Yeah, gotta go.
with Kalani Smith.
Man, that's gonna be nuts. You
Yeah,
got
it'll be
you
fun.
got your passport?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I've had my passport.
I've
Good
had
to
my
go.
passport. But yeah, so guys, just know we're starting to focus too on the true crime section. We want to fill that out because we know when we made those announcements, you guys went crazy for true crime stuff. Next week, we'll have a guest on. His name is he's a detective here in Alaska with me, where I live, and he just released a book called 50 Shades of True Crime. The book, you got to read it because it gets darker and darker the more you read it. And when I was talking to him, he was like, you got to read the book first before you decide if you really want to talk about this. But we're going to hold conversations about Alaska serial killer. The crazy thing, I'm going to have to find out what his name is again. This guy was absolutely ridiculous. Let me find his name first. It was in the, I think, late 90s. He was here. He was a transplant from the lower 48, and
You hear how he talks about us?
Yeah.
Jock?
What'd you
The
call
low-
me?
The lower 48.
Why the lower?
yeah. I will tell you guys, I'm jealous because I can't even get batteries up here. They don't ship to Alaska. Do you know how hard it is to get stuff up here? It is absolutely insane.
That's ridiculous.
Well, so a lot of stuff like batteries and stuff gets shipped UPS ground, and ground
Yeah.
stops in Seattle, and then it gets on a plane to Alaska. They don't drive
Yeah.
packages up through there, so you can't get it. His
Hey,
name was
you guys watch what you say. That the psychic housewife of New Jersey is in the chat.
Oh shoot.
Uh oh. I can't wait to meet her. She's an Aries like me.
Yeah, you two are gonna get along great.
Everybody else, watch out.
Yeah, everybody else.
Fun.
You know,
So
it's my business partner, yo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to do a reading for me. We were supposed to do one the other week, but we
She's
just got so busy.
she's
Nah,
so cool, man.
yeah, she's
so
cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool for sure.
Back to what I was saying. This guy's name, sorry, Josh. His name is Joshua Wade. And then maybe we'll talk about him next week when we do another one of these live events. But Joshua Wade actually, I think it was, like I said, late 90s, like so 95, 96. He would go around killing women. And I heard about him because, he killed 2 or 3 nurses. My wife's a nurse, and so it kind of caught our attention because back in the day he was killing all these people. He goes to court. And while in court, the judge is like, hey, you are the most egregious person, foul creature. He threw the book in his face. He was like, you're scum. I can't believe you're here. You killed innocent, defenseless women. And then Joshua interrupts the judge and says, well, what about the men that I killed?
Oof.
And that just instantly stops. The district attorney was like, hold on, wait, what did you say? What did you say? Because they knew nothing about the men that he killed. And we'll talk more about it as well, because his first murder he kind of got away with because some evidence stuff was not presented correct. I don't remember the whole story, but it's pretty interesting. It's very interesting. At first, I was like, it's a serial killer. There's serial killers all over the world. But when I saw that clip of that comment, I was like, oh, my goodness. So
I see another comment on here. Somebody was asking if we were going to have alien and UFO content. Yes.
Well, I won't be a part of that.
Why not?
I don't do aliens. I don't do aliens.
I do. I'm just waiting for them to come take me away.
No. There's some things I won't touch. That's one of those things like, do not prove me right.
Wasn't that movie The Fourth Kind up there by you?
I think so.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it took place in Nome, Alaska.
Well,
and
Nome, Alaska is really far away.
No, it's like right next to you.
No.
it's right next.
Calm down.
It's
No,
like
no.
a couple of houses down the streit, bro.
I
know,
drove-
it's Alaska. How
I
big is
drove up
Alaska?
there.
Come on.
let's piss off all the Texans in the chat right now because we're way bigger than Texas. It literally took me 6.5 hours to get to Fairbanks, and then another 7.5 hours to get up to Nome. So if you were to drive straight, it's a 12, almost 12, 13-hour drive to go to Nome from here.
That's nothing, bro. Come on now.
Okay, you.
I want to go gold mining.
I got you.
Dude.
I got you.
We
So
gotta
when
go.
I come up there, can we do that? Like when I come up there?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to shoot a bear and mine for gold.
I just saw a bear in front of me.
Those are tall items right there.
That's it. You know, maybe
Yeah.
maybe get a moose. You know.
Yeah, we can have moose meat
There we
tacos.
go.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down, bro.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We can talk about true crime and then go kill a moose.
Man, so
Yeah,
there's like
speaking
tons
of
of true crime.
Yeah,
Go
speaking
for
of
it.
true
Go for it.
crime. Yeah, Danger wants a true crime show.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, don't say
Well-
don't. He's just. You guys see how he just said, "All right." It's just, and we're never gonna talk about it again, right? Just like,
Are you referring?
I'm just like waiting for the conversation to keep going.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about some stuff that you've been involved in, or?
Yeah, no, I'd love to have talk about an episode like that. I mean,
Well-
that would be really cool, man.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
we've,
for
we've-
sure.
I mean, we've got a few minutes, so we can dive right into it. I mean, it's no
yeah,
problem.
Well, whatever, listen,
So-
I mean, whatever you guys want to do.
So
Oh,
for
Lauren Hellickson's in the house.
what is Mike?
Yo, I gotta tell you, like I got one of her sweatshirts, right?
Lauren said she entered the
Lauren-
chat on a
Lauren
weird
Hans,
note.
Yeah. Lauren Hans. Yeah. She's got these sweatshirts, man. It says Lauren Hans on the front, and it's so comfortable. My wife stole it. So now I gotta get another one.
Don't you
Oh,
know?
man.
Don't you know that wives always steal the sweatshirts?
Gone. Like I don't even know where it's
Jeez.
at. I tried to steal it back. It's gone.
So
all I know is that Lauren told me I was going to get possessed, and it just hasn't happened yet. And
You know?
But
that's
how
on
do you-
her. That's all I know to say.
my question is, when you are possessed, after it's all done, do you
No.
do you know you were possessed? Like, that's
That's a good question.
I don't know.
like, do people tell you, hey, you were possessed and now you're saved, and blah, blah, blah. Like, do you know while you're being possessed? Like, that's a question, because we always see in the movies they're possessed and then they get healed by the priest or whatever, and then they're like flowers and sunshine as they walk out of the house. So what happens after that?
Is that what it does?
I don't
Is
know.
that those movies?
I mean, I'm like, what
She said
happens?
Josh,
What
she
happens?
said Josh is possessed. Don't let him lie. That's what Lauren said.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, oh, someone made it really funny. MD says, watch Castro's idea get ghosted.
Yeah, she ghosted just like that.
Ba-bum.
Wow, MD.
But dink.
Wow.
Uh,
Little boys.
But no, going back
No,
to
I mean, honestly, though, Castro, that is a pretty good idea. That is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm down, totally down for whatever, you know.
we'll have to make it happen.
Whatever.
Let's go back to kind of what we were beating around the bush with. You know, you share, and it's wonderful that you share. But I don't know, how long ago did this happen to you? To start off with, how many years has it been?
So the incident happened in 2012.
So we're
I
almost
got-
10 years now. Over 10 years.
And
Yeah, 12
everybody in the
years ago.
chat, you guys better buckle up
Buckle.
because this is a wild one.
Yeah.
So 10 years. So in 2012, it was a Super Bowl Sunday. At the time, it was a friend of mine. His father was shot.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Shot and killed. And it was kind of like a super big shock for all of us at the time that it happened. But to be quite honest with you, and everybody in the gym that we worked in, and everybody,
Well,
like,
I mean, just some minor details. You owned this gym, correct?
right. So it was actually like this old like Hollywood video, right? If
Yeah.
you imagine like,
Right.
a giant Blockbuster store,
Oh,
you know.
I wonder how many.
And,
Oh,
houses
okay.
those-
and it was split in half, and one half of it was Castro's Martial Arts Academy, and the other half of it was.
So
Power
you're serious
Athletics.
about judo chopping somebody at the party? Okay, makes sense.
100%. So one half of it was Power Athletics, which was like a tumbling and gymnastics and cheerleading program, like teaching like all-star level, like cheer, which is the whole flying in the air stuff,
Right.
And on one side of it, you've got people that are like literally choking each other out, right?
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
you've got kids on the other side learning how to do back handsprings. You know, so it was
Right.
just like a really cool setup. And then in the back, there was a big screen print wheel where we used to do t-shirts and stuff. I kept my boat in the basement, you know, like my little pontoon boat that I had that I would go bass fishing with. But Super Bowl Sunday, we were all supposed to go paintballing because I think the day before maybe we were in I can't remember, so long ago. If we were either in Virginia, we were somewhere. I used to do security for a lot of these cheerleading competitions. Um,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised how many people we'd have to like kick out uh,
Yeah.
of these competitions.
Oh, they
Um,
get brutal. They get brutal. On
well,
my
for
daughter's
for
a
taking yeah, well, we there would just be like these dudes there taking pictures of all the girls, right? And
Yeah.
they have no
Jeez
kids in this
Louise.
competition. Like it was
Right.
just bad, right? So how many cameras I've just like deleted SD cards, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
oh
and
man.
yeah, I used to kick people out. But uh so Super Bowl Sunday comes and I didn't go paintballing. I was a little tired. We were supposed to have a Super Bowl party that night. And and yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I'll just keep going. I'm just gonna keep rolling. So Super Bowl Sunday, it was gonna be a big party. I was gonna make banana bread, and my mom makes really, really good banana bread, by the way. So I was gonna make some banana bread, and so I went to the dollar store, which was like right next door to us. They didn't have any like mix. I went to ShopRite to see if they had any mix there. And then in the meantime, I was helping this guy screen print shirts for, you know,
Right.
because you've got you got to think, man, you got like 20 kids per team. You've got like 50 teams, you know,
Jeez.
in the competition. And so we're printing t-shirts, bagging them or stacking them up in this giant mountain of t-shirts, right? Getting them ready to ship out based on, you know, sizes for the teams and stuff
Right,
like that
right.
for competitions that are coming up, right? And parents take these competitions so serious. It's such an insane like um business,
Oh, I can
right?
attest to that.
Right.
I've got a competitive cheerleading daughter who's about to go to Florida and yeah,
Right, Disney, right?
no, Disney,
Yeah.
yeah, Disney World
Yeah,
and Las Vegas.
for the
Can you
for
guess which
worlds,
trip I'm
right?
going on?
Yeah, right, for sure. So, you know, I
Las
mean, it's just a
Vegas.
big like it's just a big money thing, right? Well, so Super Bowl Sunday comes and I get a message on my phone and it said party's canceled, my dad fell, right? And really like 30 minutes before that, um I was we were all in the gym. The kids had come through and we were all talking. And so I'm talking about the son, right? The son of the person
Right.
that was shot.
Yeah.
Like we were in the gym talking 30 minutes before he left. And then 30 minutes later, I get a text message. Hey, party's canceled. Dad fell. I said, oh, I hope he's okay. Right. That's the last I kind of heard of it. And, you know, over the next, like day or two, you know, it came out that, you know, something bad happened to, you know, to his dad. And then the cops showed up and we were kind of like putting all, everything was getting put, you know, putting two and two together. And we were all like a little weirded out, man, because, you know, the son was just acting funny.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, I was in a business where I taught kids, you
Right.
know, and, and a lot of the parents were coming up to me and saying, "Hey, well, what's going on? Right? What's happening here? You know, I'm gonna have to pull my kid out of here. Right? We don't want all these. You know, we don't want any like attention. You know, to this.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to know anything. Right? Well, so we made the decision as a business, Cashers Martial Arts, to move down the street. Right? Like maybe a mile away from this location, maybe
Right.
2 miles away, and never heard anything. Like the cops came and talked to me once, like, you know, hey, you know, tell me a little bit about Glenn, which was the son's name. Let me know a little bit about Glenn. And you know, I really didn't know much. I basically taught, um, I trained his son because his son was a little overweight to begin with, and he wanted to make the soccer team, right? And he just was not athletic. And so I was training him to lose weight. He got in shape. He made the soccer team. He made the wrestling team. Like this kid was a stud,
Right.
afterwards. So that was where the bond came between, the son, me, and well, the son's son,
Yeah.
me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the son himself, and where we ended up sharing a building together, right? So I moved down Main Street, and another martial arts school was moving into the area, which was like a huge like corporate martial arts franchise. And I was like, man, I'm not going to compete with this,
Right.
and so my younger brother passed away, and my other younger brother was living in Florida near my mom, and my mom was like, oh, you should come here, I want the whole family to be together, you should open up a gym here. We can all do it together, right? We can run it. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Right. So
Right.
I ended up selling to, it was called Mackenzie's, martial arts. I ended up selling to them the location in Hamilton, New Jersey. And I moved to Florida, right? I'm down in Florida. I'm building out this brand new training facility, right? Super cool spot. And I have students. We're training in the parking lot because the school's being built out. And then in 2013, like a year and some odd months later, fucking cops showed up and arrested me and was like, you're under arrest for killing this guy. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. No, this is totally not real. Right. And
Right.
they're like, yeah, no, yeah, you're under arrest. And I ended up spending like 2 weeks in Broward County in their maximum security lockup. Right now, I guess for me, I had a leg up because I was a fighter, right? And I
Right.
had a fucking mohawk and I just looked crazy,
Did you have to
And
fight your way?
yeah, nobody fucked with me at all. Nobody was, and it was in the newspaper, so it was like, local MMA fighter arrested.
Yeah.
And so everyone was like, "Oh shit," nobody
Right.
even stepped. It was fine, and then you know, I waived extradition, so ended up being extradited. Now, I think the worst part of this whole thing was the extradition process.
Wait. You could choose to waive it?
Yeah, so you can waive it or not waive it, right?
I thought if extradition happened, you had to take it. Like you have no choice.
So if you waive extradition, that means that the extradition, you're going to get extradited up right away. You're not fighting it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, if you don't waive
Gotcha.
extradition, they have 30 days to prove probable cause, and then they're going to send you up anyway, right? So you're
Yeah.
just wasting time. And to me, in my brain, I'm like, well, let me just get this over with. They made a mistake. They're going to figure it out, right? And I
Right.
was so naive.
Oh, man.
Because
Yeah.
I
I mean,
just
so
thought,
what was going on through your mind when they came and like arrested you basically? Did you even have like an idea that this was gonna happen?
no
No idea.
fucking idea, bro. I was taking my dog to the groomer in the morning, and like as I'm walking out to the car, like full on SWAT rolled up,
That's
like
insane.
fucking automatic, and like, get your fucking hands up, like, guns pointed at me. I get my hands up, my dog runs underneath the car, right? And I'm like, yo, we got to get my dog, right? And they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. And so one of the detectives from Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, grabs my dog, walks him back up, puts him in the crate, right, while we're inside,
Right.
And I mean, really nice. They weren't assholes to me,
Right.
and
They just got their procedures, really. That's all.
yeah, for sure. And but it was, walking my dog out to the car and seeing like SUVs and black cars roll up, and I mean like fucking full on people getting out and just guns drawn at me, and I'm just like, wow, no time to react. There's nowhere to go, right? Like,
Right.
but
purpose of
for
it.
me,
Yeah.
for me, in my brain, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? Like, you guys made a mistake, and I remember telling them
Yeah, of
the whole
course.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember telling them like, dude, you guys are making a huge mistake.
I
You
mean,
guys are making a
but
huge
the
mistake."
funny thing is it's not funny. But the funny thing is they hear that all the time.
100%,
Uh,
right,
you know,
right.
that's
So,
the
But I'm
number
sure in
one
your head you're
excuse.
like, there's no way that
There's
they're gonna
way.
take me down there and pretty much release me immediately, right?
I
Yeah, of
thought,
course.
I thought they were just gonna be like, "Oh, you're right, right."
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
bad,
of
our
course.
bad.
This-
Our mistake.
Yeah, we were wrong. High five, and then you go about your business. No. So I'm being extradited, right? And I'm in South Florida, so it's warm, obviously down there.
All right.
And I'm being extradited up to New Jersey, and it's um April, right? It's April, and so it's still a little cool, up north.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in board shorts and a super thin hoodie and flip-flops, okay? They put me back in my civvy clothes, put me on this bus, and this vent was like above me, and it was just like raining
Yeah.
cold fucking air on me. I'm dying, son. Like my ankles
Yeah.
are cuffed together, a chain's coming up to my waist where my waist has a chain around it, and that is hooked to handcuffs on my wrist. And I'm sitting in this van, and for the next 7 days, I'm freezing my ass off. Okay. I think day 3 there was just like crackhead sitting next to me, and and he's like, "You look cold, man." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm dying right now, right?" So I was able to like
Yeah.
wiggle my hoodie over, right, and cover myself, but now I have a t-shirt right underneath it,
Right.
and I'm
Right.
freezing. He reaches down, he pulls these socks off of his feet. Okay.
Oh no, don't tell
And he's
me.
wearing 2 pairs of socks. He's like, "Here, you can have my extra pair of socks." I'm I'm so cold, bro. I put them shits on my hand,
Listen,
right?
listen.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm accepting.
I
and
will tell
fully
you.
grateful.
I will tell you in the
of the
military,
boys.
there's a few things you learn. One, when you are hungry, you'll eat anything. And
Anything.
2, if you're cold, you'll wear anything just to
Yeah,
get warm.
right.
But let's get to the juicy parts, though. The juicy parts. Let's fast forward and go to
Yeah.
the trial. I mean, you're sitting in the courtroom. You're going what? And I mean,
Well,
they go
so-
through all the evidence, and so like, what's the the end?
Right. So, well, right. I'm basically stuck in this county jail facility, which is, worse than prison in some instances because
Really?
yeah, well, because in at least in prison, you have a date that you're going to be released,
That's
or
true.
at least a date
Yeah.
where you're going to have,
Yeah.
so you have something to look forward to. In a county jail situation, you don't know, right? You could be sitting there for 3, 4 years waiting for trial, you know? Um, I was there for a year and a half the first time, and the judge dismissed it because, turns out the lead detective fabricated evidence.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
Fabricated evidence.
I found this online. The story that
Mhm.
you're talking about is actually online, and
Yeah.
I mean, it gets deeper than that. It goes even
Oh,
deeper
yeah.
than just fabricating evidence. Weren't there's
Mhm.
like relationships and
Um,
stuff?
Oh, yeah. So, well, so, I didn't have like a public defender. 'Cause if I had a public defender, I would be doing this from Trenton State Prison right now, right?
Yeah.
I had a lawyer. I paid for the lawyer, and I have my own private detective. And during the course of our private investigation, we basically solved the murder, right?
right.
The problem is that the detectives for the prosecutors have to independently come across this information. They can't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they have it all.
Right.
They've interrogated the murderer. They have him lying under oath in the interrogation room. They have him in his vehicle driving to and from the crime scene at the time. They have him on cell phone data, right? They have him
Right.
lying. His alibi doesn't check out. His sister doesn't, says like, yeah, he
But
disappeared,
but all of this is while you're in prison.
all of this is while I was in jail. Right.
Interesting.
So I got released. So the judge dismissed it because they misled the grand jury, fabricated evidence, but they didn't willfully lie. Basically, is what he
Oh my
said,
God.
and gave them 30 days to reindict me. Right.
Mhm.
Which obviously
they
didn't
do.
happen because you're sitting
They,
here.
well, they
Surprise.
didn't do it, but check this out. Right. So another year goes by.
Plot twist there, Cook.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, another year goes by, and I'm looking out my window, and there's this dude in a Caprice stopped at the end of my driveway, and so I go down there. I'm like, "Hey, can I help you?" And he's like, "Yeah, are you Michael?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Put your hands behind your back," like fucking cuffs me up right there. And he's like, "You stole a leaf blower." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you stole a leaf blower from down the road."
They
I'm like, "This
always
is
try to get you
bullshit."
on. They always try to get you on a little thing so they can bring you
Um,
in because they can't hold you for what more than 24 hours. So they're gonna find some petty
yeah,
thing to hold you on.
so they basically he cuffed me up. He's like, "Yeah, the guy's gonna come by and point you out." And I'm like, "This is fucking bullshit." And then he sits me in the car. He's like, "Nah, really, you're under arrest for murder." And I was like, "What?" Like, I thought he was fucking with me at first.
Yeah, yeah.
They rearrested me for the same shit, okay? And I
Dun,
get
dun,
taken back
dun.
down. I get taken back down to Atlantic County Jail, and I go in front of the judge, and it's the same judge that dismissed the case, right, the first time. And he goes, "So what's the new evidence?" And the prosecutor, dead ass, bro, dead straight face, was, "Oh, there's nothing new."
What?
And the prosecutor and the judge goes, "So you re-indicted him on the same evidence that I said you couldn't use."
And you needed more.
Oh my God, bro.
And she was like, "Yeah, basically." And within 2 days, I was out of jail. The
So-
judge was like, he set bail for me, so I bailed out, but I had to wear this ankle monitor, right?
Right, right.
And they were switching prosecutors at the time, and they had to bring in like this independent prosecutor basically to look into the case, and it takes him a year. I'm wearing this ankle monitor. You know how uncomfortable it is wearing an ankle monitor? You have to charge it every night, right? It's just
Right.
big bulky thing on your ankle. I had no restrictions on liberty. Like, I could go anywhere. I could get on planes. I could get on boats. I didn't have any like, I wasn't on house arrest or anything. They just wanted to know where I was at. Um, which goes to show like the strength of the case, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, I could literally travel anywhere I wanted to travel.
Yeah,
They
they just
just
wanted to
wanted
be
to
able
know
yeah.
where I was. Um, a year goes by, right? So technically, while you're in an ankle monitor, you're in state custody,
Right.
right? Um, so another year goes by, and finally the prosecutor send in the memo, like, "Yeah, we can't prove." Basically, it was like some bullshit ass thing. "We can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he had anything to do with this, so we're dropping the case," right? And
Crazy.
and so they ended up dropping the case, but like, uh we sued them,
Yeah, of
That was the
course.
question.
right?
That was the
As
question.
you should.
Paranormal Theory says, "How do you not own the whole state of New Jersey?"
Oh, well.
Very, very close.
Well.
But let's get to some of the questions, though. So,
Yeah, well, yes. Go ahead.
one of them says, "Well, what evidence did they have?" Lauren Helliskin?
Yeah, Helix. Yeah, Lauren. So basically, this was what they had. This was their smoking gun, basically.
So to say.
No pun intended. Was that somebody in the neighborhood said they saw a guy that was possibly Asian,
And that's it.
Possibly.
possibly Asian.
I look into the sun and I squint and
Right. And then another person said they saw a blue 4-door Dodge Avenger, which at the time I drove a blue 2-door Kia Forte.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which looks nothing like each other.
Not even the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And possibly Asian, with it was just ridiculous, the whole thing. So they know who they know
that was
who
the
did
next
it.
that was the next question. So they know who did it. So
They 100% know who did it.
well,
They 100% know who did it.
So is that still a cold case now?
It technically is, yes.
Yeah.
It
Even though they
technically
know
is.
who did it. Interesting.
well, maybe they learned their lesson.
The problem is, the problem is that at the time they couldn't arrest him without admitting that they fucked me, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And then 2, now it's so far out that the evidence that they would need, they spent so much time tunnel visioned on me.
Right.
They lost basically all the evidence that they could have gathered
Yeah.
for this other person. So basically, like, all the evidence that they have against this person is super circumstantial,
Yeah.
but it's 100 times more powerful than what they had on me, which is that I am not possibly Asian. I am 100% Asian. and I drove a blue car, right? You know, and if you've ever seen my cars, guys, like I've got my cars wrapped. I've always been big into graphics, right?
Right.
So at the time, I had 3 big stickers on my car, like on the back window, and no witnesses or anything pointed that out. The witness said that saw the blue door, the 4-door Dodge Avenger, and the person that pointed out the possibly Asian person didn't even pick me out of a lineup on a photo lineup. They didn't even have a photo lineup. You know?
Oh my God.
So we sued the state of New Jersey basically for violating my civil rights, claiming
Yeah,
that they
of course.
didn't even have probable cause to arrest me to begin with. You know, and at the time, like they just completely destroyed my career. Had I not been arrested, I would not be here. I would be in Florida. I would be
Yeah, right.
Muay Thai kickboxing instructor. I would have gyms, right? Like I would be
Right.
on that trajectory. But they kind of forced me. They stole that away from me, and now I had to learn web design. I had to learn graphic design. I had to learn, you know, all the stuff basically that I'm very well known for now. But like,
So what you're saying is we need to send a thank you letter to
yes, you
the
guys
state of
should
New
100%.
Well,
send a
I mean,
thank you letter to the
everything,
state of New Jersey.
everything happens for a reason. Everything.
So we
happens
sued
for a
them.
reason.
We sued them, and it took six years, guys. 6 years, or almost 7 years to get a judgment.
That's
Basically,
insane.
they
Well,
settled with us.
Well, they had to
settled
save
with
up.
us.
They had to save up, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was a multi-million-dollar settlement. You know, it's a public record. It's an $8 million settlement, and you know.
Well, if it's a public record, then how come we always hear that it was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount? Why do we always hear that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know.
Well,
mine,
so
like,
a lot of things is you can pull public records by choice, right? So you can get them to give it to you, basically.
Yeah.
I
mean-
doesn't mean that you're just going to be able to find it sometimes.
Lauren, I'm going to try this last name because she says nobody can pronounce it. Helkison? Is it Helkison?
Helixson.
Helixson? Lauren Helkison.
He still can't get it.
She said that's a lot of sweatshirts.
That is a lot of sweatshirts, Lauren. Absolutely. That is a lot of sweatshirts.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
you know, let's talk about that a little bit because there's, you know, just in general, we live in a world now more than ever where there's a vast amount of misinformation, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's largely due to people not, you know, taking 5 minutes or 10 minutes out of their day to just search it themselves, right?
Yeah.
Everything that you told us, at least
I mean, I
the meat
searched
and
it the other
potatoes
day.
on it. Yeah.
I searched it
meat
the
and
other day and
potatoes of
found it.
You
Yeah.
you can find it. But to the other point of that, and kind of what you were saying, is that it doesn't matter so much that, you know, that you were exonerated basically of all of that, right?
Right.
Because the damage is almost done to a degree just by being associated with it, right? And that and I know that is something that is still being brought up about you today, right? And so I think it's good, you know, we've known about it for a while, right?
Yeah,
And we didn't really ever have anything left to say about it because in our eyes it was like, well, one, they let you off, not once, but twice. And then two, you sued them and won. That's pretty credible evidence to suggest you did not do said crime.
Yeah. So, real quick. Yeah. So real quick, like this was the settlement conference, right? It was one settlement conference, and they were like, we went in like we went high as fuck, right? It was
Right.
like 26 million, right?
Yeah,
That's what I want. $26 million. And there was no fight from them whatsoever. All the guy said was, listen, the mediator comes back and says, listen, he's willing to settle for a 7-figure number ending in millions, but not an 8-figure number, right?
Yeah.
So it could be 9,999,900.
Right.
Just can't be 10 million.
So, like, what? I wonder what happens then if you're like, no deal. Like,
Well, we go to so like the problem
Does it go
is,
to
you know,
arbitration?
it's been so long. No, we go to trial.
oh,
and
wow.
and
You just
honestly,
kind
if
of
we
want it done at this
Oh,
point too,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
it's been 6, almost 7 years. My family, we just want to put this behind us.
Oh, I
and
mean,
not get
yeah. If you're
wrong.
looking at like the prospect of getting millions at that point too, you're not going to be like, nah, not after
Yeah,
7 years of
right,
waiting,
right. Just
right?
to
You
kind of
you you're
and
ready
just to kind of
to get it done.
now, if they were like, 100K, right?
Of
No,
course,
yeah, fuck you, we're going to trial, right? And
of
I will get
course,
26 at trial, but then they're
right,
gonna appeal it, and then I won't
right,
get paid for another 10,
right,
10 years.
right.
So, for us, it was just, yeah, you know what, we just gotta put it behind us. So we made the decision to settle just to kind of put everything behind us. But then, like, as you guys know, and as I'm sure some people listening to this know, because if you've worked with me, I'm sure you've received the phone calls, right? Of, oh, you got to be careful with him. You got to watch out for him. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
right. And it's,
Well, first off, the
so it's not
audacity to
really,
tell us.
yeah,
Yeah.
then it's like it's not really behind me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm still having to address it, and I'm still having to, and I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind talking about it because I know that there are people that are genuinely curious about it, right? And
Yeah.
and
Oh, I
because
mean, it's a
you
big deal to
you
be
watch
accused of
these,
murder.
you
I mean, it's a big
well,
deal.
you watch these shows like Making a Murderer on
Right.
Netflix, or you watch these other shows, right? And but now, like, there's somebody that's in front of you that has been through it and has come
Right.
out on the other side, right? Like, I'm able to intelligently talk to you about it, but only if you're willing to listen to me. If you're
Yeah,
just
of
going to
course.
hear what I have to say and then make your own judgments and your own assessments based on what you've read, or because you haven't lived it, you don't know the details, and anyone that asks me, I have a 700-page fucking document that you can read.
Listen,
It reads
Right.
like a book.
all I'm going to say is I'm not afraid of you because I'm level 3 combative certified. So,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Man.
No, I
Yeah.
mean,
By the Coast Guard.
I did find it.
I don't even think they learn combatives in the Coast Guard.
I do find it interesting because, you know, from just a quick Google search on it, you find out that pretty much everything that you're saying right now is this the story, right? There's nothing
Yeah.
out there to suggest otherwise. And
Right.
so, like, uh, we don't bring it up out of respect for you, for one, right? Because it's like, I could imagine being in your shoes, that gets tiring, and so I could get that. But on the other end of that, I admire the fact that you're willing to talk about it, because I think that's probably the best approach if somebody asks, right? It's to
Absolutely.
give them the
Absolutely.
story. It's the best you could do. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, people that jump to their own conclusions and they don't want to take the time to go through it, and they just, oh, well, Castro's an asshole, I'm just gonna, just believe what
Yeah.
everybody else is saying. I think that, you know, honestly, those people, it wouldn't help to talk to them anyway.
no, that's
Right.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
But for those that are just genuinely curious, and I've entertained people that have just wanted to talk about
Right.
it. Right.
Mike Angus actually made a good point because I asked that question about how is it public and private. Mike says it's not private industry. It was a government settlement, which would be public. So if you were going after an
Right.
industry, then it would be private.
Yeah.
But because
Yeah,
you went
yeah,
after the
right, right.
city, it's public. That's a
Well,
good.
the
That's a
state.
good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the state. I've got
Yeah.
a picture. I've got a picture of the check, y'all. Like,
Really?
Was
I
it
took a
big?
picture
Was it
of
big?
it.
Was it a big?
No, it wasn't like a big. It wasn't like
You
a,
won the
won
major
lottery. Yeah.
award.
With fucking balloons and shit. No, it wasn't
Jesus,
like
Cook.
that. Little confetti gun.
A pizza party followed.
Yeah. Pop out, yeah.
First round's on me.
Yeah, guys. Woo.
April,
Two
Bas-
toppings.
God, dude.
April Bassett says I'm
toppings.
level 10. I'm level
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. It is very intriguing because I mean, when I think about it and I think about what you've been through and just like the anger of sitting in a confined space, knowing you really can't do much, you don't have much access to it. You have to ask to talk to your lawyer. You're in this jail cell knowing you didn't do anything, and it's really hard to fight behind bars. It's really hard to advance at anything.
It's so crazy, man, because like for the first 3 months I was in this one part of the jail that was with a lot of the high profile cases, but
Yeah.
it was
Oh man.
anybody that had a bail exceeding like $100,000 was in this pod, is what they call it, and it was 13 rooms, right? each room has two bunks, right? One top bunk, bottom bunk. Okay. At one point during the year, and it just so happened to be while I was in there, it was um 3 people per cell, right? In 13 rooms. And then there were like people sleeping in the basically what we called the park, like the
Right.
general area, right? The common area. So it was like 56 people inside this one pod, and it was just like insane. And they came in one day and they were like, Castro, roll up. And I was like, oh, for what? And they're like, you're going to the right side, you're going to the other side, which was just putting things in perspective. um it was 13 cells, 11 people, right? And because
Somebody's sleeping on with somebody, getting all warm
they
with
don't
them.
they don't let people in that. They like you have to be like, it's only murderers on that
So,
side.
so do you
Oh my
think
God.
you said that the bays are based on your bail, like
Yeah, so the pods are based on
pods,
your
pods?
bail.
I wonder if
Yeah, but your bell is based on the crime too,
well, I
right?
mean,
And
my question is, I wonder if
so
P Diddy's got his own bay then.
No,
that's
he's probably, if he's not on suicide
Josh
watch, he's
doesn't get
bumping with
probably got a
somebody.
baby
Yeah.
oil slide.
Yeah, right.
Well, no,
I
I
would
mean that's
not.
crazy about P Diddy is he offered $50 million to the bailiff to bail. Like from what I was seeing on TV, that amount has never in the history of crime recording ever been a bail. Like that amount has never been paid. And if they would have accepted it, he would have been the first person in recorded history to pay a bail of $50 million. Like
Yeah, he's a
that is
flight
what's
risk though. That's a
insane.
problem.
That's
Yeah.
what's
And
insane.
that's when you know that people they think they can just
They think they
get
can
out with money.
They think
I mean,
money
that's
can get them whatever they want. That's what's crazy.
So you think about jail, right? And it's easy to sit back and talk about it like, oh yeah, jail's, you're just sitting in jail. It's nothing like what you kind of see on TV,
Right.
especially like if you guys ever seen that like 60 Days In show,
Yeah.
right? Like that
I don't
would be like what I would describe as like when I first came in, what was considered H left, right? The left side, For me, the right side, like I was nervous to go to the right side because, listen, I never shied away. I've always said I did not do this, right?
Right. Of course.
Like, and those are all like people on the right side. I think there was one person my age. Everybody else was like 18, 19, young kids
Really?
that are like
yeah.
hotheads, like shooting people over dice games, like murderers, right? Like,
Jesus, dude.
yeah, over there. And
You're like,
can't
I do
talk
not
to
want to be
like,
there. Yeah.
yeah, you can't like talk to young kids, man. They don't want to hear what I have to say.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Especially because like
No.
on that side was 100% all black,
Right.
100% all Muslim,
Mm.
right? So initially they didn't want to let me in there. Now the problem for me is my father visited me every weekend. I had a girlfriend at the time that came every weekend. And I got money on my books. I could get commissary. I lived
Right.
pretty good, right? Like, I mean, I ate well, I got letters every day, man. Like, but if I don't get into that pod, I have to go to solitary. They have to send me to the hole for a month until they figure out where to put me.
Where to put you. And you don't want to be
And
there either. Yeah.
when you're in solitary, you get no calls, you get no visits, you
Right.
get nothing.
Dang,
right?
dude, that sucks.
And if you can imagine, like, just go and like lock yourself in a closet for a week and you can't talk to nobody, right? Like you get one day out, you get 1 hour every day to get out to go shower, and then you go right back in. Like,
That's
and you
just
can
crazy.
choose.
That's
Yeah, you
just
can
crazy.
choose to go and do push-ups and pull-ups in this cage that they have set up
Right.
for an hour, or go take a shower. Those are your choices.
And kind of segue off of this, I'm sure there's people in the chat that are just like, or just people in
Yeah.
general are like, man, there's just no way this can happen to somebody. Oh, it does.
It happens.
And it was just like 2 months ago, I was researching a case for Small Town Secrets, possibly, where a guy was on death row in Missouri for a crime that he did not commit. And he actually did get executed over this crime. no matter they had
Wait,
virtually
wait. You're saying he got executed over a crime he didn't commit?
yes,
When did they know?
yes.
Well, I got
They
so many questions. When did they know he didn't commit it? Before or after?
it was after, so no, before,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
before.
I tell you
And
what.
basically like the whole town came to the governor's like doorstep with a petition
Yeah.
saying don't do this
Yeah.
because they had found some pretty much some evidence that 100% suggested that he did not indeed do them, the crime.
Yeah. And the
Well,
problem is if he's exhausted all of his appeals and
Yep.
everything, they have to rely on the governor to pardon
Yeah.
him, right?
And they took it up to the Supreme Court in the final hour to try and get it appealed, and they denied it. And
That's
yeah,
crazy.
man, that probably took place last month maybe. That happened. It's a pretty big deal. You can search it, on Google. I would wager if you search, you know, Missouri guy on death row, you'll find it because it was huge. Because
Right.
virtually everybody in the town, I mean, it went viral on TikTok where everybody was pretty much begging and pleading with the governor. And the
Right.
problem is this governor doesn't have any, like, there's nothing other than his own moral code that could have stopped this for him, because he's retiring after this term, right? So there isn't even the fear of not getting reelected.
Yeah. So the issue, like I think for people that are having a hard time, kind of like with the justice system doesn't make
Yeah.
mistakes, right?
Oh, they do.
Yeah, we're all human. Everyone's human.
well, I mean,
right? And there's
I
human
also
error.
I also account it towards what you can afford. I mean, a public defender is a public defender. He's only going to do what he's getting paid to do. He's not going to really put forth the most effort. Now, you pay a really high class lawyer, they're going to do everything that they can to get you out of there. I think that's part of the whole thing too. It all depends on what you can afford.
And hey, for people that know me, my uncle was murdered, and it's still a cold case today, right? And the GBI took it over. Several different investigators have looked at it and taken it over. There's a plethora of evidence surrounding it, but it is still a cold case. And then by that fact, the justice system has failed him, right?
100%.
And this is this is really what spawned the idea of small town secrets, is this case, right? And because I lived in a very small town where this happened, he was a teacher within the community, woodworker within the community, and it really shook the whole community when it happened. And to still be here today wondering who did it, how does that happen within a small town, right? And the best answer that I could say is that the people within the town do know who did it, almost always. The problem that they have with it is to disrupt the status quo of things, for one, right? And two, it's very likely the person that did do it is also the same guy that they see at Sunday at church, right?
Yep.
And it's one of those issues of like, people really view it as, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth us disrupting our community further? Which is sad but true, right? And we're looking at another case of like that. I'm not going to go into detail with it because it will be it'll be in the first season of Small Town Secrets. But I mean, man, just us going out there and talking for a day, those people already have a name of the person that did it, right? And they talk about it so loosely there now because it's such an old cold case that
They think it's done. They think it's gone.
So
It's
yeah, they think that they don't realize that it's still a cold case.
I mean, they're solving cold cases from like the 1600s still today.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous, Real quick, switching gears before we go here, did you hear about Vandersloot actually admitting where the body was?
Oh, for
Natalie
Wilson?
Holloway. Yeah. So
wow.
I guess he's done with his jail sentence or something. I think he only got like 20, 30 years or something. I don't know.
My God.
But he got out and he said, yeah, here's where I put her. So
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Maybe that's something we talk about later in another episode, but we're already an hour and 37 minutes. So
yeah, no, that was awesome. I think it's healthy that we kind of you know, hopefully open
Kinda
the
see what
air
we
on
got.
that whole
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Yeah, I
become
think
one of
it's
the
good.
panel honorary panel members to decide cases with us. Who knows? Uh,
Ooh.
yeah, maybe we'll do something. I do know that this is something we're trying to do at least once a week, hopefully on Tuesdays, where we can come together and talk about cases, cold cases, talk about paranormal, talk about whatever, kind of get you guys in there and involve you, because that's what Beacon's all about. We want to
Yeah, of
involve
course.
you guys and get all these people out there. So before we go, guys, I actually have with me 2 tickets to the soiree. I want to give them away. How do we do it? How do we give? Can we give 2 of these away? I mean, I'm just
Don't ask me. Ask the man down there below me.
I mean, yeah, let's do something.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Keep your
want,
eyes on
let's-
social media. Let's
Yeah.
do something. I got 2 sitting there. I want you guys in the chat room to come party with me. I don't get out of Alaska much, as you can tell. So I'm
Castro, I did not endorse this.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
You could take this up with Cook afterwards.
that's it. Well, you know, Cook's coming in early, and we're just gonna go to downtown
Ooh.
Mount Holly. Well, when he comes in, I'm gonna take him out to a good dinner.
That's
we're gonna
awesome.
go get some great pictures and do a
Yeah.
speakeasy
Yeah, good.
episode.
Good,
And then we're
good.
just gonna pass them out to people on the street.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean,
As they're driving by, just gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
You know.
screw Shane Pittman and Josh Purvis. Everyone's seen those guys all over the place, but you ain't seen
Yeah.
me.
You don't know me. You don't know
You
Cook.
ain't seen me.
Seen
You
me.
don't know Cook.
I'll freeze some snow and bring it down to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, for those that don't know, you know, Castro's an excellent graphic designer. He's works with Ghost of Magazine, as you can tell by the tag there. He's also a great, you know, source for anything of your printing needs, and photographer as well. So,
Oh,
Absolutely.
jack of all trades.
he's working on a wrap for me. I got to get that done, but that'll be pretty cool. We'll wrap my
yeah,
truck.
yeah.
A lot of cool things.
Not a battle rap, but you know, like a car rap.
Yeah. He's working on a wrap. I
don't
want to
think
see that between you, you,
Mike
you
and Mike
Cook.
battle rap it out.
Turn my headphones up.
There you go. I see Bonnie saying Beacon t-shirts too. Yeah, everybody's raving about getting some Beacon t-shirts.
Man.
All
You
right.
want a beacon, y'all want a Beacon T-shirt? Come to the soiree.
I think
Maybe
we'll
we're
do
gonna
a
make
lim-
some.
let's do a
There we go, there we
limited
go.
let's do a limited edition soiree shirt or something. I think we need to make it very special.
Call
Yeah.
it the Boire shirt.
The
There you go.
bra-
I'm game with whatever. You guys, we can make something happen.
We'll just keep your eye on the social media posts, and you guys will know more. But with that,
Absolutely.
guys, I want to say thank you for joining us. We're now going on an hour and 40. Didn't really mean it to go that far, but always interesting stuff to talk about. Check out the latest Ghost of Magazine. They can subscribe and get it mailed to their house, right, Castro?
Absolutely. Ghostedmagazine.com. Check
That's
that out.
right.
I don't.
You
even
guys have a
copy.
I have a digital version of that too, like a digital subscription. Is that right?
Yeah, so we could do a monthly or an annual subscription digitally.
Yeah,
But
that's
all
cool.
the articles are up there. You can click on them and you can read them all there. It's great stuff.
Yep. So, you know, Ghosted Magazine, Supernatural Soiree, Beacon TV, you know, man, Halloween is going to be awesome. Our Halloween celebration takes place on the 26th. We've been seeing that you guys have been watching a lot of my paranormal experience.
Oh man, I will tell you guys that show has been blowing up.
Dude, it's been doing great. Well, we have a special documentary coming out on the 26th called Malvern.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. Surprise.
I didn't even know this. What?
I always got something up my sleeve,
Oh
man.
my goodness, I didn't even know. I had no idea. So
That
But
Nathan
what
Withers-
you
Nathan
will see
Withers?
is not just that, but several other things will be dropping on the 26th as well. So
Nice.
But
nice,
come hang with
nice.
me. I'll be streaming live from the Battleship, New Jersey. Is it Philadelphia or we're
It's
on the
Camden.
water?
It's Camden. It's right across from Philadelphia on the Delaware.
So it's in Delaware then.
No. It's on the Delaware River.
Uh-huh.
It's in New Jersey. It's in the Camden, New Jersey,
Gotcha.
right across from Philadelphia.
Gotcha.
So, yep, this Halloween, we're celebrating on the 26th, everybody. So get ready to hit up Beacon TV, and you'll be able to watch the stream of the Battleship Party, along with
Absolutely.
a lot of new content that'll be dropping.
Maybe
that day.
we'll see Shane after he's had a few drinks.
Oh, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's
Loosen him
still.
up a
I wonder
little
if he's
bit.
still watching. After a while, he's probably like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Dude, I could imagine he's been getting worked over the last few weeks.
I bet.
Nonstop.
I bet.
Well, guys, it was always a pleasure. It's always fun to conversate with you, Castro. I know sometimes I call you at odd times of the day, but you can't lie.
It's all good.
You like hearing from me.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
just
I
what
answered the
yesterday
phone.
you were like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, I mean,
He said no, because the day before he was like, "Yeah, just send me the graphic for the show," and so I sent it to him, and then like 11 p.m. the next day, no, the horizontal one, and I'm like, "Fucking 11 o'clock, bro."
no, you didn't have to do anything. You could have just told me to go.
But I did
go to
it.
sleep. Yeah, he did it.
That's right. That is, he does deliver.
He
Service.
does deliver.
Service, y'all.
Well, guys, appreciate you joining us. Like always, stay tuned to the social media stuff as we announce new shows, new movies coming out. We're going to film a few more Speakeasy episodes. I'm actually going to sit down with Shane and Josh, and we're going to hear about some of the stuff that you didn't get to see in the Harmonia episode, and maybe they'll give me a few extra behind the scenes. More great shows coming out. If you aren't a Legacy member, upgrade your subscription, because that's where you get all the cool stuff, the behind the scenes stuff, and go check it out. It's on streambeacontv.com. Until next time, I'm Mike, that's Mike, and Josh.
I'm not Mike.
Yeah, and Josh.
I don't think that'll ever get old. So again, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys next time on Beacon TV.